Echo's appearance in the 2021 Hawkeye TV series was certainly underwhelming, and at the same time, there also wasn't a whole lot of substance in the Hawkeye TV series. Though I believe that was kind of the point with the show. The Hawkeye show holiday angle was a genius and refreshing move to differentiate itself from other things. I've rewatched that series more than any of the other Marvel Cinematic Universe Disney Plus TV shows, and no doubtably it's the low stakes, Christmas tones that certainly add to the rewatch factor here. Perhaps all of this is better left for another video later down the road, but point is there's an Echo spin-off TV series now. It was a confusing move where a spin-off featuring the character was announced, but there still was some intrigue. In the Hawkeye series, there was already enough character moments with the titular character, Yelena, and the returning Kingpin, where there was added weight to those characters, and Echo, being as dominant as she was within the series, didn't have what the others had. So, in theory, a spin-off show featuring Echo would also add the necessary weight to the Hawkeye show later down the road, right? Echo ultimately picks up from where Hawkeye left off, but does spend a good chunk of its first entry trying to catch audiences up to speed with what's happening. While ultimately effective, it's a confusing move due to other Marvel shows not really utilizing a recap to fill the runtime. Adding to it is Echo's ultimate runtime, which is just 5 entries that are all about an hour each. For the most part, the series doesn't feel too overly rushed or bloated, until perhaps the final episode where the show suffers the majority of MCU shows' ending curse, that being wrapping up on a whimper versus sticking the landing. The writing team behind the show taking influence from the Choctaw Native American tribe is felt throughout and is easily one of the coolest aspects to the series. There's enough presented to keep you invested with the situation, and very much like the Hawkeye show, the series feels more low stakes than some of the other series, in a good way. Have you ever tried making a movie with your friends where you're kind of just making things up on the spot? When I was younger, friends and I would make these goofy movies that took influence from a lot of different things, and we'd be making up the entire thing as we went. When it came time to end the entire thing, we'd think of something on the fly, and that would be it. I only bring this up because that's what tends to happen with a lot of these MCU shows, or at least that's what it feels like. While I'm sure they're curated and discussed enough, it always feels like a radical shift happens in nearly every finale that feels more uncomfortable than satisfying. The finale of Echo takes perhaps too far of a leap here, leading into unintentional comedy where the moment should have been more defining. Adding to this would be Echo's friend Bonnie, who in reality should have been given the material of Echo's cousin, and that cousin character should have been cut out of the series entirely. It would have aided more to the vibe of the show, and it would have made moments stronger. Yet, Echo as a whole is still really a good ride. There was clearly a marketing gimmick thought up during post-production to add visual effects of blood and whatnot to up the TV rating, but it's hardly anything, and nothing like, say, Daredevil, which, speaking of, only has a very brief appearance and feels like another marketing gimmick. And this knee hit was either poorly filmed or poorly staged. Echo joins the other MCU shows in being perfectly adequate. Most of the series are great rides but falter in the end, and Echo, again, is no different. Truthfully, every MCU Disney Plus show has been enjoyable. Okay, except Secret Invasion.